Hey everyone, we didn't get a chance to record an episode together this week, so I thought I would just give you the episode that we recorded a few weeks into January of this year, so way back. I never got around to editing it because it seemed a bit too depressing, and I just didn't want to edit it because of that. But hey, here it is. All the news and personal stories you might have heard before, or they're all a bit outdated, so keep that in mind. But hope you guys enjoy this little blast from the past. Yeah, here's the episode.
Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Speeding?
No, it's because your intro sucks. Please step out onto the curbside.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Curbside Podcast, the podcast where we talk about cars and everything to do with cars. It's a new year, but I'm still Jeffrey, a Southern Californian Taiwanese American, and I drive a 2004 Honda S2000 and a 2021 Subaru Outback. Should probably add that in by now.
Ooh, that's the first time you ever brought that car up.
Yeah, this bit.
Months later.
This daily driver, he just neglects it like that. My name is Parth, driver 2016 M3, live in Bay Area. Happy New Year.
I'm Andrew. I drive a 2015 Subaru BRZ again.
Hey!
And a 2014 Evo 10 MR.
It's finally back.
It is. It took like a month and a half it was gone? Maybe more.
Yeah. How's it looking?
It literally looks brand new. Or at least the front half of the car looks brand new. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. The shop did a really good job. New bumper, new hood. They fixed the fenders, but like you couldn't tell that it was broken. And like before the fenders on like the side of it was kind of wavy because I don't know, maybe I sat on it or someone sat on it, but they fixed all of that. So yeah, the front end looks brand new. They paint matched it perfectly. I'm really happy with it.
Well, good thing you got into an accident.
Yeah, dude. The car has not looked this good in years.
Did they give you like a printout of like what was wrong with it?
Yeah, so the initial estimate that Allstate gave me was just under $2,000. The final estimate was 12.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, 12,000. Part of it was because they went with all like factory original Subaru parts.
Yeah.
But the other part was just there was so many little things in the engine bay that got cracked or just slightly damaged, and they replaced all of it.
Good thing the car market is what it is right now, or that thing
I
would
know,
have
otherwise it
totaled.
would have got totaled for sure.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been too mad if it got totaled, honestly, but it's back.
You need help with that?
Yeah. So run it back.
So I'm taking that you're enjoying the car based on what you just said.
Yeah, I think so. It's I don't know. I got back into it. It was familiar. The first thing I noticed. So I got into the car. First thing, after a month and a half of not driving a manual car, my foot went straight to the brake pedal, and I was like, wait. Yeah, and then I was like, oh, wait, I have a clutch. And then I started it. I was like, holy shit, this car is really fucking loud. But yeah, other than that, got used to the clutch and everything again in a few minutes.
So we got a message in the meantime before the car was back that you got a
Nissan
daily driver for.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I refused to get a rental for the first month of the repair. And then every time I would text the car shop hey, is my car ready? They would say no, and then ask me if I want a rental. And I was like, no, I don't want to fucking pay for a rental. And then this time I was like, how much does it cost? And then the car shop actually just offered oh, we'll pay for the rental until the car is done. I was like, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they paid for the rental, and then I feel like I accepted it because first of all, it was free. And then second of all, it would light a fire under their ass to get the car done because they won't want to pay for the rental for too long. They set up my reservation with Enterprise, and then I went. They gave me the car. It was the most basic package. Apparently, it was $40 a day. But I feel like I got the best car out of the fleet because I got pretty much a brand new Nissan Maxima. I had the V6, leather seats, adaptive cruise control.
Yo, dude.
And it was quick.
It's a Nissan V6. That means that's a VQ, right?
Yeah, it had a VQ. Yeah, a VQ rental car. It was a good rental car. I actually really liked it.
How was commuting in a normal car?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Felt pretty great. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, yeah, it's good, dude. That's why the fucking Camry is a daily driver.
It made the adaptive cruise control made the drive so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
All I had to do was steer.
Yeah.
And it had like lane assist without. It didn't pull it back, but it would like buzz when you're out of the lane.
Yeah, that stuff
Yeah.
is like a lifesaver when you're randomly very tired.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You have to like really want to take your fun car to a commute now. After you drive that,
I know, man. So
I think you need to get your Tesla pretty soon here, man.
yeah, that's the other
you're-
thing too. So like, my manager, he bought I think it was a 2021 Model S long range, and then he was like, hey. He texted me like mid-meeting. He was like, "Hey, can you give me a ride at 2:00? New car is dropping." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Because we've been joking around. Yeah, because we've been joking around about him getting a Plaid for the longest time. I was like, "No fucking way! Is he actually going to do it?" It wasn't a Plaid, but pretty much he already has a Model 3 Performance on a lease. So we drove that to the Tesla like distribute or whatever fucking dealer pickup area in Sunnyvale, and then he was like, "Here you go." Gave me the little key card. He was like, "Follow me back to my house." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Fair warning, I am going to stomp it light to light." He was like, "Yes, do it." I was like, great. Man, dude, from light to light, like your vision blurs, like everything. The road just disappears, and the car in front of you appears so much faster than you think it would. Like it's really stupid. So yes, I really want one, but it's too expensive.
How much is the performance?
I think it's still like 50, 60.
Shoot. Dude.
Oh shit.
53,940 starting. That's without full self-drive. So after full self-drive and taxes and all that, that's a $70,000 car.
M3 money then.
Yeah, but this shit will blow an M3 out of the water. Light to light, at least.
You hear that part?
It's okay. I mean, who's having more fun then?
I am. Guaranteed I am.
You get accelerate once you actually have real horsepower, then you get bored of it after a while. Trust me.
No, it's not the horsepower with this though. It's the torque.
Yeah, I guess the torque and the horsepower.
If you
Yeah,
just like tap your foot all the way down every once in a while, you're just like, whoa, whoa, you just get whiplash.
there's only so much acceleration you can do. After a while, you're just like, all right, shit, dude, where's the S class or the Nissan Maxima?
But it's comfy too, though.
That is true. You just get a Model S. Just get a used one.
Get a Plaid. You could look like Doug when he stomps up.
Nah, even used ones are still a lot.
Well, it's back to commuting in the bouncy loud car right now.
Yeah, so I've been seeing a lot of cross treks on the road. I kind of want to do that. That's more reasonable, I think.
Yeah, no. For
So you
sure.
sell the Subaru, right? If you get one of these, a Crosstech,
Yeah,
Tesla, or
I
something.
think so.
Well, your car will probably get some good value out of it right now.
Yeah, more than 12K.
Yeah, dude. We know that for sure.
Yeah. That thing has like almost 90,000 miles now, too.
Shoot, 90,000 already?
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, I guess, yeah,
just,
'cause you could-
just by 88, around 88,000.
Wow.
Dang, dude, that's nuts.
Damn, you really drove that. That was actually your daily, like.
400 miles a week, man.
Dang. How about you, Parth? You got some new transportation information.
I bought the motorcycle.
Wait, the planter one?
No, that one, I have that. I already started working on that one. Wait, what did I talk about last time, dude? I don't even remember.
So let's go back in time, okay? Because this is before. Last time we talked about this was Christmas. This was before
Was it
your
before?
motorcycle class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that just happened over, like, Hawaii. I was on a vacation to Maui in December. And what did I tell you guys? What did I tell these people when we did our Christmas thing?
So
That
the last thing
I'm
we
just
had-
going to restore one.
Yeah, that you bought a motorcycle that's
Yeah.
that's been used as a planter for the last
Not
few
bought,
decades.
given.
Oh,
Given. Oh, yeah,
nice.
it's for $3.99. So with the update on that one, it's coming along. It is every single time you work on something, you realize, as it should be, that there's 50 other things that you also have to do. It's a piece of shit, but I got the seat off without a key. Got the tank off without a key.
You just drill the core out?
Yeah.
So why was there no key?
Because the guy was like, I'll find the key. And I'm like, I really doubt this guy even knows where the key is. Yeah, I was like, I'll give him some time. He said he'll look for it. 2 weeks go by. 3 weeks go by. He still hasn't come back with the key. I'm like, it's holidays. I'll give him some time. First week of January, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ask him for the damn key. And I was like, hey, did you find the key? He goes, no, I can't find it. I'm like, this guy's not going to be able to find it. So I'm still looking, though. I'm still looking. I'm like, You know what? Screw this shit. Took a little, kind of like a little flat kind of thing over there, and then just nailed it with a hammer. Then just took a drill bit and an impact drill to the lock and just drilled it. Got the seat open, the gas tank for, checking if there's gas and stuff in it. Shoved a screwdriver at the top, unlocked it. That was pretty easy. The seat was a lot tougher of a lock. Anyway, got that open, got the seat out. The seat was a piece of shit. Under the seat was the old registration paperwork and all that kind of stuff, and the original owner's manual. Cool. And the original toolkit, too. So, finally got all that stuff, and then got some Marvel, what is it goddamn called? The friggin'
Marvel Mystery Oil.
Mystery Miracle Oil, whatever it is, into all the cylinders. So now hopefully it is unseizing. I'm going to go check on that in a little bit, in a week or two. But anyway, so all that happened, and then I realized I kind of wanted to, then Jeffrey's fault. So then Jeffrey started showing me other shit about motorcycles and stuff, and I decided to sign up for the MSF course. So I took the course last weekend, passed it, got the certificate in the mail on Thursday, bought a helmet on Thursday, went Friday morning to the DMV and took the test. So now I have the license, and then I bought my instructor's wife's first 2018 Honda Rebel 500 yesterday. Now I have a bike that works. 2018 Honda Rebel 500.
This guy's timeline moved at rapid speed. This guy got his license and then the next day has now 2 motorcycles.
Yeah, I took it on the main road today too. Shit my pants. They're 55 miles an hour, 60 miles per hour. I took it to 60. 60 feels fucking fast, dude. Everything was shaking. The visor was shaking, the helmet was shaking. It was just I'm like, dude, I can the road. I'm like, how do I focus on the damn road? The wind itself is messing up my goddamn vision. There weren't many cars. It was a Sunday, so that was nice. But yeah, I went from not much of an interest in bikes to a bike to fix to I kind of like bikes to I like bikes to I'm taking the course. I took the course, got the certificate, I got the license, and I got the other bike.
Hey man, calm down, man. You gotta calm down a bit, man.
We're not allowed to give buyer's advice when it comes to buying vehicles.
If you want it, go get it. That's my advice.
What should I? Just do it. Just get it. Just buy it now.
I'm thinking about just get it.
Parth got 2 motorcycles with a span of 2 months. My Evo came into fruition within a week. Yeah. From finding the car to having it in the garage in 2 weeks.
I want an Evo to I can get one to I got one.
Legit, this is what happens in our group chat, right? This is hey guys, I found this thing. What do you guys think? Do it. Just do it.
Do it.
Man, so bad.
Andrew's currently, thinking about that Prostec or Tesla or whatever, but when he goes for it, it's going to be a 3-day process.
No. Well, yeah, probably, but that's not going to happen for a while, because...
Yeah, but when you decide to do it,
Just do it!
Yeah. You're guys, I'm thinking about doing it now. Okay, do it. 3 days later.
I, spur of the moment, bought a new bicycle, and it, took 12 hours.
Holy shit, dude! Yeah,
just do it.
That's our advice is if you like it, you shouldn't waste time.
Life is too short. Yeah. Just do it.
So speaking of getting your motorcycle license, Parth,
dude, the goddamn DMV again, dude! Oh my.
Okay, so we got a message in the middle of the week. I take back what I said about the DMV. They are not a scam, and I was like, who's holding a gun to Parth's head? They are in fact a legal criminal organization. Oh, okay. Dude, so what happened?
I didn't go in with an appointment because I checked. They opened at 8 o'clock. I was up at 7. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, let me get all the stuff. So I was getting all the stuff ready, all the bullshit, the online application, all the stuff that you have to do in order to do it. So for this thing, since you took the course, Jeffrey, you know this, you took the course, you have the certificate, all you got to do is go to the DMV and take the written test. Yeah. You don't have to take the writing test at the DMV. That's what I was going to go do. The written test is 25 questions. So, and judging by how I did on the goddamn one for the course last weekend, I'm like, it should take me no less than 10 minutes to take the damn test, right? So, show up there and... Okay, fine. I made 8 o'clock become 8:30, so by the time I got there, it was 8:40. And there was a few people waiting. They had a appointments line and then walk-ins line. And online, it was showing the walk-ins wait time was about 8 minutes. So I'm like, okay, that's not a problem. I'll wait. So
8 minutes.
So that was fine. The moment you just get into the presence of some fucker that works at the DMV, it's like what have I done to you that you are just like behaving this way? I'm just standing in line, right? Papers. I'm like, what the like? Good morning, hi, how are you? You know, it's good. You know, how are you doing today? No, you know, decency. They don't know decency. They don't know goddamn decency. And it'd be like, okay, fine. They don't know decency because they're efficient. Fuck that. They're not efficient either. They're just anyway. So papers. I'm like, here you go. Takes my paper and she said, do you have the appointment, the confirmation? I'm like, yeah, here you go. So she takes that. Take this number. Go inside. So I'm waiting for the number to be called. Number gets called. The first lady calls me up. She actually said, good morning. That was very nice of her. You know, I thought showing some, you know, decent human kindness, or even decency, not even kindness, just decency about acknowledging somebody else's existence. Give her all the stuff. So this is the first lady. The first lady's just processing your shit. The driver's license, the DL 389 certificate, paperwork from online and all that stuff. And she's doing it without a smile on her face, obviously, because, you know, their life is miserable, apparently. And then she takes all the shit. She goes, okay, go blue line over there. You're going to stand in line, take your photo. Then you're going to take the test. Then you're going to go green line. And then they're going to process your temporary. I'm like, okay. So I go to the goddamn blue line, take my photo, do the thing, take the test. Waiting in the blue line was about another 20 minutes. Get to the thing, take the photo, take the test. I took it in like, I think it was like 9 minutes or 8 minutes or something. Took the test, missed a few questions. I think it was like 2 questions I missed. Got in the green line. The fucking green line, dude. The goddamn green line. So at least the way that my DMV does it, there's the blue line, and right next to it is the green line, and right here is like the testing, the computers, right? So I went from the computers around to the green line to wait for my thing. I was first in line, too. I'm like, oh, shit. I got here. I'm first. There's no wait. Nobody's going to, you know, there's going to be no problem. Dude, there was this lady. And this lady who's like, you know, like me, like a customer, she was, when I came in, talking to somebody else. When I went to the other line, she was talking to somebody else. And then when I went to the green line, she was talking to somebody else. And I don't know what her situation was, but it sounded pretty shitty, right? Like, just a bad situation. Like, I think like maybe her license got suspended or something like that. It was some police thing. From what I heard from the, you know, what I saw and heard, it seemed like she was just like stressed out of her mind. Everybody was yelling at her. Every single person she went to talk to, I saw her with 3 different people, and all the people were yelling at her, and she's just like visibly distressed. And I'm just like, can you guys like fucking like, you know, like help this woman out? Like, she's literally standing here, probably told to go to the DMV, and nobody gives a shit. So because of her, I was in that goddamn green line, the first position, waiting for about 20 minutes, and then she goes away. I'm like, okay, good. Finally, it'll be my turn next. Some fucking guy comes out of the cuts and just goes and stands at the desk, at the counter. And now that person is being held for the next 20 minutes. And I'm standing in this line for now 45 minutes. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? And the lady behind, there was like a lady. Now there were people in the line behind me who had just finished their test too, who needed to get their temporaries or whatever. I'm standing in line. I'm texting you guys. I'm texting other people, right? What else am I going to do? It's going to be on my phone, right? So I'm on my phone, and this lady who's working the center fucking cubicles goes, no phones, please, in that area. And I look over to her. I'm like, I'm not cheating. I took my test. And she goes, yeah, but you have to read the sign. See, the sign over there says no cheating. I'm like, I'm not. I said it calmly. I was like, no using. What did I say? No using your phone. It was like no using your phone in this area. So I said to her, I'm like, does it look like I'm at the testing computer? Because I'm not. And second of all, people have lives, and you guys don't seem to give priority to other people's lives. So I'm going to continue to be on my phone. And she was just like, and then like she started helping the next customer. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then the lady behind me starts laughing. And then she pulls out her phone. She goes, fuck yeah.
Get the whole line going, dude.
Yeah, no, legit, because like it was like 45 minutes, and this lady has the audacity to be like, no phones, please. Like, what does this look like, dude? So anyway, after waiting 50 minutes, after I took the damn test, after I came in and waited for like 10 minutes in the beginning part, this lady sees me, she does my temporary stuff, and finally I leave. But I'm just sitting there, I'm looking at all the interactions with all people. What sad humans. Like, we should go work for the DMV. We're all in the wrong line of work, dude. These guys work 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, major holidays off, 1 hour guaranteed lunch between 1 and 2. And you get pensions and benefits up the ass. And you get to act like a dick for a living. Why are we doing what we're doing? Like, literally, you should go work for the DMV. Like, this is...
No.
Like, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, we'll end up being those... We'll see why they're like that.
Dude, I just don't get it. Like, I don't... Like, there's probably not even one relatively decent person working at the DMV.
I wonder if they're like trained to be like that.
Indecent? But they probably hire indecent people.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're like that's part of their like training.
I can see that happening.
What do you say when someone walks in? How can I help you?
Fuck
no.
you, no.
Nothing. Say nothing.
And what do they do? What do they accomplish? Am I really legal to be on the road in a fucking motorcycle? I can kill myself tonight.
I think it's literally harder to get forklift certified.
DMV, man. Like, what do they do? What do they do?
It's a ray of sunshine. It's a building of happiness.
No,
It's a
like,
money
okay,
grab.
It's a money grab. It's a fucking legal criminal. It's a mob. It's the mafia. It's the mob. It's the cartel. They just get government funding. That's it. That's it. They're no better. Pablo Escobar and the motherfucker that runs the DMV are the same. They're the goddamn same. Okay? There's no difference between them. Morally or ethically. Or financially, probably, too. Holy shit, dude. Like, I don't get it.
Sounds like you had a lot of fun. Well, you're licensed now, so have fun, be safe. Don't do anything stupid because your mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Some reason you get a pass, even though I told her that you're one of the instigators.
All right, shall we go to our break?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to our break. As always, check us out at thecurbsidepodcast.com where you can listen to all our stuff. And then check out our YouTube channel, The Curbside Podcast, or youtube.com/The Curbside Podcast. Go subscribe there.
You can also follow us on social media, Instagram at The Curbside Podcast, Twitter at Curbside Pod, Facebook at facebook.com/The Curbside Podcast, TikTok at The Curbside Podcast, YouTube at youtube.com/The Curbside Podcast.
Email is thecurbsidepodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, back to the show. All right, back to the show. Before we dive into some sad news. So, you know the site Drive Tribe?
I heard about that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's a letter on drivetribe.com. It says, "Dear Drive Tribe community, the end of an era for Drive Tribe and the beginning of something new." So basically what it's saying is that the website, the Drive Tribe, will be no more. The website started by Richard Hammond, James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and others, I'm sure, and Food Tribe. The apps and the websites are coming to an end because of, quote-unquote, a number of challenges for the automotive industry that led to severe reductions in marketing budgets across the industry. Makes it incredibly hard to operate due to basically kind of lack of advertising. It's gonna be shut down pretty soon, but they're going to remain active on YouTube and whatnot. Looks like from the quotes they say here, like Jeremy Clarkson says, "We're all really disappointed that challenges in the industry, not in the least helped by the ongoing pandemic, have simply made it impossible to continue with business in its current form. I'm very much looking forward to see what Mischief Hammond and his team get up to as they take the channels and the community forward." So I guess it's going to be mostly Richard Hammond in charge of Drive Tribe now. I mean, they're making good content on YouTube these days, so hopefully that goes well. But
So it's only the actual website?
yeah, it's the app, the website, and the apps. So sad to see that go, but I mean, we didn't use it much, so.
Yeah, honestly, I've never been to the Drive Tribe website. I watched the YouTube videos.
Anyway, it's 2022. Before we get into news also, what do you think the new year is going to be like in terms of cars?
More EVs.
Probably. I know by the beginning of last year, we were talking about how 2021 was going to be hell for car enthusiasts. Looking back, let's see what exciting things happened for car enthusiasts.
You couldn't get a car if you wanted one. If you did, you had to pay out of your ass for it.
The new Z06 came out.
It's not out yet.
It got announced.
Got announced. Besides, okay, here you go. Non-EVs, all right? Besides just anything that's not an EV, what was exciting? Besides the Z06.
New WRX.
Was it
Was a
exciting?
huge disappointment.
Was that
Okay, I was like, was it exciting?
You guys don't think so, but new 86, I'm starting to see them on the road, and they actually do look better in person.
I did see one, or saw a few in the last month or so, and then it's better in person. I will say that than it was in the pictures.
Yeah, I saw the GR86, the Toyota version at the factory the other day. It looks better than the BRZ.
I do like
shit.
the GR better than the BRZ this generation around. Before it was the other way around, but now the Toyota version looks a lot better, I think.
There's nothing exciting in cars, man, unless you're talking EVs, and then you're talking
I think
like
if you're
stuff.
talking, yeah, I think if you're talking new cars, there's nothing exciting. But I think this whole pandemic has brought out a lot of like older cars that we've maybe forgot about, and like more examples of each one, and people are buying them. I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, they're buying them too much.
That's the problem.
We can't buy them anymore.
You can't buy cars. There's no cars to buy. It's just all electric cars that are actually exciting. What the fuck? Like, what was there that was internal combustion that was exciting besides the Z06? The dead silence speaks pretty loud, dude.
You know what
So-
did happen last year?
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
Toyota finally gave up on hydrogen.
Did they?
Finally.
Think about this. Toyota has not released an EV or even a concept of an EV. An EV, the idea of an EV has been out for over a decade.
Yeah.
They refused, and they just released a concept.
I think that's kind of sad,
Yeah.
to be honest, because hydrogen fuel cell, if it made cheaper and less complex, is a better alternative to electric cars.
Is it, though?
It is.
It's more dangerous. It's less efficient. The
Yes,
network's
but-
completely not there.
Look what happens when you spend money on something, right? People go around and say, "Oh, EVs, it's saving the environment." Meanwhile, they're having more coal factories come up. They're having to throw away their batteries in China. They're having to produce more batteries. It's not actually cleaner. It's just so you can virtue signal a little bit. But a hydrogen fuel cell is actually cleaner. And if people would have actually given hydrogen fuel cell the due importance it deserved, you could have had something that was more efficient, less dangerous, and probably cheaper. If
You know
the same
why
level
EV
of
became
research
cool?
went into EV? Because Tesla.
You know why people? No, well, yes, but like the reason like people accepted EV is because they're fast as fuck. If they were still slow, shitty little cars,
Bruh. You're gonna tell me the average dumbass motherfucker cares about your 0 to 60 time? He doesn't even go 60.
but it's the gimmicky like factor of it. Like
For
even a
us.
long range Model 3. No, even
No,
for
not
normal
even
people.
for us. That's why
Why?
you go on YouTube channel, like tech channels, who, for not us. They're all
Okay.
like, check it out. Oh,
Yeah,
snap, dude.
like everyone's
Coolest
sitting in
car
there
in
is
the
not like a
world.
car person.
But most of the people who are buying it don't care. They'll do it maybe
But
once, right?
But even a standard range, a long range Model 3, those are fast as fuck. And
I
they
agree.
can stomp it down if you want.
I agree, but I'm saying that the majority of people who do buy EVs are not buying it for that purpose, regardless of YouTube or whatever.
Right, but like I think that factor brought it to the mainstream and like made it acceptable to buy that. Like you're not going to
What-
get that with a hydrogen.
What brought it to the mainstream was the same concept as the iPhone. It's just good technology that is user friendly, and that attracts people more than the 0 to 60, the acceleration. It has nothing to do with that. But all I'm saying is Toyota was the only one that was kind of like keeping on this hydrogen fuel cell thing. Only one. Nobody else
No.
was doing it.
Literally,
Honda was
Well,
yeah.
Honda was for a bit, but they gave up a while ago.
No, they still have the Clarity.
Do they still have it?
Yeah, Clarity's
shit.
still there.
Well, I hope they keep developing, because the problem is, though, like, look what happened with EVs. EVs were shit 10 years ago. Everybody started getting into EVs. Tesla got everybody into EVs. What happens when everybody gets into this competition? What happens in this competition? There's research, there's R&D, there's betterment of technology. You didn't have that for hydrogen fuel cell.
I mean, hydrogen fuel cell is essentially an EV, though.
It is, but
It's just with a more complicated way to make electricity.
just a freaking nuclear bomb under the hydrogen bomb under the hood.
Yeah, I think like because Tesla went out and built their own infrastructure for charging, Toyota didn't go out and like build hydrogen
Exactly.
charging like
Yeah.
hydrogen fill-up stations.
They didn't do shit. If like I'll put it this way, if Elon Musk was all about hydrogen fuel cell, we would be driving those today. Like that would be the fad today, 100%,
Maybe.
without a doubt. He made EVs cool. He really did, and like Andrew said, he put the infrastructure out there.
Yeah, if the same amount of money that went into EVs went into hydrogen, maybe.
Yeah.
But imagine a
maybe.
hydrogen performance car. That is literally a flying nuke.
Yeah. They just have car accidents. Oh, half the city's gone. Half the population's
like
dead. Why? Some guy had one car accident.
Yeah.
He hit a tree.
The trial and error isn't like, oh, the car caught on fire because the batteries caught on fire. It's literal explosions.
I mean, hey, it was like that idea of having nuclear powered cars back in like what the 60s and whatnot.
They were using actual uranium for that, so I mean, I don't know about the radiation itself of just being in the goddamn car, dude.
How come we never? You know how there's like the guy there was. It was like back in the day, this guy converted his diesel car to run on like cooking, like corn oil, cooking oil.
Oh yeah.
That never
You
took
could
off.
still but I think it's just because it's less, I don't know, power efficient or something efficient. But you could just run it on like reused like fry
Yeah,
oil or
like
something.
go to McDonald's, get fry oil, refine it, put in your car.
There was another episode. I think it was an episode of something that one of the Top Gears guys did, where they were trying to power a car off methane, and they just harvested it from like cow poop.
The
and
cow
whatnot.
poop? Yeah.
Yeah. Screw EVs, dude. Let's start finding new ways to power cars. Like,
You piss in the tank?
yeah, dude. You just drink a lot of water, piss in the tank.
Hey, that's good for public health, too. That's gonna make motherfuckers drink water, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all shitters don't stay hydrated.
You just see a bunch of cars lined up on the sidewalk with people pissing into the tanks.
No. You don't even have to do that. Just catheter. Go to work, plug in.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, let's get into some news. It's the beginning of the year, so that means the biggest car show of them all has gone and passed. And you know what car show I'm talking about?
San Jose
CES,
International. Oh.
the Consumer Electronics.
Oh, yeah, now it is. I was like, Geneva? I didn't hear shit about that.
You won't either, because you know why? There ain't no fucking cars to show, bruh.
Yeah, well, the Consumer Electronics Show is apparently now the biggest car show in the world because freaking how much car news came out of it this year. First of all, Hyundai released a mobile pod
dude.
thing.
Turn it off, turn it
Dude,
off,
like,
turn it
how
off,
are you
turn it
gonna
off,
say
turn it
that's
off,
far
turn it
too-
off, turn it off.
Let's move on from this. And okay, so Chevy introduced a new another electric pickup truck.
Don't do that again, all right? Don't do that again.
The Silverado EV. It's slated for a release in 2024.
Oh shit!
And it is
That's
full
an
electric.
Avalanche.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
thought.
an electric Avalanche.
When I saw it, I was like, this does not look anything like a Silverado. It looks like an Avalanche, right?
It looks pretty good, I think.
And I mean, okay, so it's going up. Obviously, main competitor is Ford F-150 Lightning. It starts at 39,500 or something.
Wheels not included at that price point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those wheels will not be included.
Here's the doozy, right? It will debut in 2024. I think the Lightning's coming out pretty soon, right? Not too far off.
I think so.
But
Yeah.
this will debut in 2024. MSRP of $105,000.
what?
Wait,
So
Okay.
$40,000 is the one you'll get eventually, right? It's like the Hummer. They release the most expensive one first, and then it goes down, right?
Okay.
So it will eventually make it to $39,000. But the first one that they're going to release for a 2024 model year, which is still quite a ways off, is going to be the $105,000 one. And Ford's going to have had plenty of time to do
yeah,
plenty
they're gonna
more
be
by then.
so far behind by then.
Yeah, but the first one is going to be the RST, which is that $105,000 one. It's going to have 664 horsepower, 780 pounds-feet of torque, 10,000 pounds of maximum towing capacity. So it's kind of like your poor man's Hummer EV. There's going to be like a commercial version of it, which is obviously going to be cheaper with Steelies.
Yep.
So this is Ford's next pickup truck, but this is
Yeah.
Chevy's eventual pickup truck. That's gonna be completely obsolete
Why
by
would
the
they?
time.
Oh, that's stupid. Why would they do that? Why would they release this idea 4 years out?
So that's one of the CES card uses. Again, from GM, Chevy also announced they're going to be releasing another 2024 EV, the Equinox EV and the Blazer EV. So look forward to those.
How is this news now? Like, these used to be Econo cars, bruh. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? Like,
Equinox is going to be, it's going to start at $30,000. That's actually pretty competitive.
In 2030 though, because they're going to release 150,000 version of this first in 2024.
But to add to GM's another growing profile of EV cars. Oh, actually, this isn't gonna come out, but it's gonna be in the same family as that thing we talked about CES last year, Parth, with the flying car and grandma crashing into a Boeing 747.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
It's another Cadillac called the Inner Space Autonomous Concept. It's a big couch. It's got nothing in the front. It's just a couch and a big screen. You can't even see out the front.
It's a fucking recliner.
And the roof opens up because
What
it's
the
necessary
fuck?
for you to get in, apparently.
All right.
Yeah. Moving on.
Cool.
Stupid Cadillac concept.
Another concept that I don't get the points of these, but Stellantis, another American car company, has released another concept based on an old nameplate called the Airflow. I don't if you guys know, the Airflow was like a really old car that was ahead of its time because it was like one of the first aerodynamically engineered cars.
Okay.
But Chrysler has decided to reintroduce that nameplate for their new concept EV, which
Looks like the Equinox.
looks like everything else on the market.
I think Andrew needs to get a motorcycle so we can change the topic of discussion of the show.
I don't know why Stellantis insists on keeping the Chrysler brand around at this point. They
I
sell
don't even know
two
who
cars.
the fuck Stellantis is, bro.
Yeah, who?
Stellantis is Fiat, Chrysler. They bought out another.
Somebody owns Fiat?
Yeah.
It's a mother company of the mother company?
Yeah.
What?
They bought out all the French companies too, I think.
Oh my god.
I didn't know there was a parent company of the parent company, and then I didn't know I thought Chrysler was a parent company for all these American cars.
Whoever the head of Stellantis is definitely a criminal. There's no way he's not a criminal.
Okay, here's what it is, okay? Stellantis combines Peugeot, Citroen, Opel, Vauxhall, Fiat, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Abarth, Alfa Romeo, Lancia, and Maserati.
Okay, I didn't know that's a thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so there we go.
Well, I learned something.
BMW.
Oh boy,
BMW now
BMW.
again with their innovations, guys.
They don't do innovation.
Has released a new concept for CES, and it's a BMW.
Oh, the
that
fucking
changes.
paint changing color bullshit thing, dude.
Yes,
oh
dude.
my
Yeah,
God.
the car can change from black to white because its paint is made out of e-ink. You know that stuff that you use on Amazon Kindles to read books. That stuff.
Okay, but why though?
Because.
Some days you want white, some days you want to go yellow, some days you want to go goddamn green.
No, you get black and white. Black
Wait, is
and
that
white.
it? It's only black or white?
It's only black and white, yeah.
Have you seen a color Kindle? Maybe they have it, but that's stupid. Why don't you make the car better? Fuck the paint.
Yeah, I agree with Andrew. Fuck you, BMW.
Imagine getting into an accident with your e-ink paint. How expensive is it? Your $12,000 job was going to be $100,000 because you have to pay for all the
stupid.
microchips that go in your paint.
Why can't they actually spend time and money into making a car that like enthusiasts want to drive? Like maybe something with an inline six, a manual, and weighs like 2,500 pounds. And maybe they called it the 3 Series.
What the heck is BMW doing?
Nothing. They're not doing nothing, dude. They're literally
Like, for
not.
the past few years, BMW has been completely off their rocker. Like,
Nothing, dude. They're a useless car company. All they do is just make money. That's it. And all you fools keep giving them money to fucking keep giving them money. Nothing good came out of BMW after 2017.
I'm seeing a lot of those big nose 4 Series around. And, dude,
Yeah, people are buying them.
it hasn't grown on me in
No,
person.
it hasn't.
no.
It has not at all.
Well, anyway, another thing we talked about, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. Sony decided to release out their
PS6.
the electric car. Remember the one that we were saying looked like a Chinese Lucid Air, Chinese Tesla Model 3 or whatnot. They released another one. Looks like a Chinese Model Y.
Yeah, it does. Wait, so the other one ever come out?
No. So back then, the concept was just to like show off, like, oh, maybe this is what Sony could do in terms of technology in cars. It was built as a platform, they said, for technology that Sony couldn't make to possibly be in cars. But CES, they released the Sony SUV version of it, and Sony is now launching a new branch of their company called Sony Mobility, and which they say they're going to go more into the automotive market. Don't know what that exactly means. Maybe actual cars.
Well, they're just going to rip off every design on the market already. That's what it looks like. What world do we live in? Cars used to be interesting. Car news used to be interesting. Concepts used to be cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
Manufacturers, you all suck. You all
Last one.
suck.
it's gonna be the Mercedes Vision EQXX concept.
The fuck is that? It looks like a 4-door 911.
It's Mercedes' most efficient electric vehicle concept thing. It's designed aerodynamically, I guess. It looks nothing like a Mercedes. But it's said to have a estimated range of 1,000 kilometers or over 600 miles. And it looks like...
What the
It looks like a McLaren, dude. It looks like that long-tailed McLaren thing.
It looks like the Volkswagen XL1, like, cause do you guys remember the Volkswagen XL1?
No.
It was Volkswagen's. I think it was an actual production car. It's supposed to be one of like the most efficient diesel cars around. It did like 100+ miles to the gallon. It wasn't very fast, but gull wing doors, and it cost like $100,000. They didn't make that many of them. That's what it looks like. So the Mercedes Vision EQXX. That's what it is.
Did anything come out from CES where somebody didn't have a stick up their ass? Something cool?
This is the new year, guys.
Nothing you showed was cool today, Jeffrey.
This is
maybe
the
except
future
slightly the
cars.
Silverado.
That's
that was
not
slightly
coming out
cool.
anytime soon.
Well, okay, well there you go.
Yeah, man. Dude, like, this would have been really cool when we were little kids, like early 2000s. But, like, now it's just like, that's it. That's all of it.
Well, okay, here's the thing. At least this is CES. This is Consumer Electronics Show, okay? So we haven't gotten to any...
What are they going to put in Geneva? What are they going to do?
We haven't gotten to any actual car stuff yet. So.
Tokyo Auto Salon happened.
Oh, it did. Tokyo Auto Salon did happen.
Yeah, the rally art concept was revealed.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mitsubishi shows up. Rally Art Concepts at 2022 Tokyo Auto Salon. It's going to be the Outlander and the Eclipse car. There you go, Andrew. Your long life dream. Mitsubishi is back. They're back. Yeah, so there we go.
The EV train.
It's like supercar news is just like, okay, another supercar with another fucking 500 horsepower more than the last one, and it goes like 10 seconds faster on the Nürburgring, and so that's your supercar news. Then you have the regular car news, which is like, okay, BMW comes out with another 320i X sedan, GT.
No, dude, BMW's all iNext, i3X, i stuff.
There's nothing good.
Anyway, well,
sorry for the doom and gloom. There's nothing good. It's nothing.
That's gonna be our show for this week. We're all looking forward to the new year.
I'm not.
Thank you guys for listening.
Luckily, me and Jeffrey kind of like EVs.
Maybe there's something to look forward to. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, by the way. Let's make it 1,000 subs this year. We're at 660.
I don't know what we're going to be talking about by the end of the year because there's going to be nothing
to fucking
talk about.
The goal of the Curbside podcast will to be make cars fun again.
How? We don't make cars.
We get enough following, and then we yell at the car companies, or we get enough following and start a car company that makes zero money, but all the cars are very cool.
That's a great. That's like some like paper scheme goddamn car company, bro. Like
we'll just draw cars. Like imagine this. Okay, you're done. That's it.
All right, I'll sell it to you for $20,000. Here's this drawing.
But yeah, check us out at thecurbsidepodcast.com, where you'll find all our stuff, watch our videos, listen to our podcast, share it with your friends on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, all that jazz. We're looking forward to you guys listening to this year. So
yeah, are we going to change our name to like the Supercharger Side podcast? The Charger Side podcast.
Imagine saying supercharger these days, and most people's mind goes to charging.
Yeah.
Electricity.
Social media, Instagram at the Curbside Podcast, Facebook.com slash the Facebook.com slash the Curbside Podcast, Twitter at Curbside Pod, TikTok at the Curbside Podcast, yeah.
Thanks, Kid Dope, for however much longer this is gonna be a thing for the intro and outro to the show. Fast cars, fast vehicles, and wild hearts, dude.
And as always, my name is Jeff.
Oh, you know what, dude? I'm sad. I'm just sad. You know what? I'm sad.
I'm Andrew.
Remember, drive safe, and life is too short to drive boring cars.
That's all you're getting.
Buy all the
Drive
old
them.
ones, dude. Buy all the fun cars, buy all of them, and goodbye.